Welcome back to reading Fanfiction with Bowser. Today we'll be reading Mimi's Cold and Dementio's Cure. Okay, let me begin. Hopefully I get some of these words right. One blustery afternoon in Castle Black, Mimi trudged into the grand hallway with a red nose and a tired little sniffle. Her usual bouncy step was replaced with a sluggish shuffle, and her green pigtails drooped like wilted leaves. Ugh, my head feels like a thwomp sat on it, she muttered, flopping onto the velvet couch in the lounge. She sneezed, I'm not making the sneeze sound, so hard that her pigtails bounced. Great, now I'm sick. From the corner of the room, Dementio floated in, upside down, humming a tune, juggling glowing orbs of magic, and juggling glowing orbs of magic. Why, if it isn't the ever-bubbly Mimi, you seem less bubbly than usual. What's the matter? Did a shopping trip go terribly wrong? Mimi glared at him through watery eyes. I caught a cold, genius. Oh, a common cold. How terribly mundane. I believe that's how you pronounced it. Surely a master of disguise like you can pretend to feel better. Oof. She grabbed the tissue and blew her nose so loudly that it made a passing skelobit flinch. I've never heard of that Paper Mario enemy before, because I barely even played any Paper Mario games. The only Paper Mario game I've played is the Thousand Year Door remake. That's it. Okay, anyways, enough of that. Despite his teasing, Dementio tilted his head thoughtfully. He floated over and sat upside down on the ceiling, watching her with a curious smile. As dreadfully unexciting as a cold is, perhaps I could be of some assistance. Mimi sniffled. Unless you can sneeze it away with a spell, I doubt it. Dementio snapped his fingers and with a puff of sparkles he reappeared next to her on the couch, holding a comically large mug of hot cocoa topped with extra whipped cream? No, with whipped cream and sprinkles shaped like butterflies. Ta-da! 1 cup of comfort, extra marshmallows. Mimi blinked. That's actually nice. There's more where that came from, he said with a wink. Now scooch over, sick gremlins shouldn't sit alone. She rolled her eyes, but slid over. Dementio conjured a blanket decorated with stars and moons and gently tucked it around her. Then with another snap, he produced a tiny glowing stage, on the table in front of them. Two little puppet versions of Count Bleck and Nastasia popped up and began a silly, exaggerated performance. Okay. Count Bleck demands tea, not paperwork, squeaked the puppet count. Sir, we have a budget meeting, shrieked the Nastasia puppet. Mimi let out a snorty laugh and almost spilled her cocoa. You're such a weirdo. Why, thank you, Dementio said with a proud little bow. But I prefer magical mood improving genius. The rest of the afternoon passed with cocoa, bad puppet theater, and quiet giggles, even when Mimi's nose started running again, and she had to blow it for the 100th time. Dementio didn't vanish like he usually would when things got messy. Instead, he stayed there offering tissues and cracking jokes. As the evening fell, Mimi was curled up against his side, snoozing gently, her nose still red, but her frown gone. Dementio watched her for a moment and smiled quietly to himself. Who knew healing magic doesn't always come from spells? Or who knew healing magic doesn't always come from spells? And with a gentle flick of his fingers, he dimmed the light, summoned a soft lullaby of floating music notes, and stayed right beside her through the night. The end. Yeah, I'm just a little bit tired, so that's why I kept on messing up a little bit there, but, yeah. It was good. The story wasn't bad. Anyways, next time I'll be reading a story made by an actual human, and, yeah, goodbye.